Daily rundown for February 22nd. It is 8:50 p.m. And today I'm going to talk about what I learned during the conversation yesterday about this pre-seed stage startup. And I'm also going to tell you the steps I've taken to earn money while I'm developing this and the steps to get capital investments for the pre-seed stage startup. So to start, I'm going to go over what CJ and I talked about. Whenever we talked about the company, which you can find at kylevines.com. If you look in the Cedar Vale tab there, you'll see it. But whenever I spoke to him, the AI portion of it definitely piqued his interest more than any other. But with that, he said, okay, well, the AI, it's really interesting that you want to train it on entrepreneurship, and that could be a completely separate app. So I'll definitely take that into consideration. Besides that, he said to take it into chunks. And for each of those chunks, find your MVP or minimal viable product, which I'm extremely familiar with, and then ship that to users. So really just build the thing using open source packages. Published algorithms that do matching. I think there's some open source Twitter code that's available that could be used to pull the code from the For You portion of Twitter and then allow that to be the baseline for the matching algorithm. Social networks, connected login, so having a sign up via LinkedIn so that it could scrape all that data and have kind of a plug and play. Reduce the barrier to entry to get started on the application I'm building. And then after that, it's really about the research and planning phase. So describe everything, make a complete roadmap, try to diagram everything out myself using wireframes. So I did start a Figma account today, and I will be doing those wireframes. I really like that exercise of figuring out every path that something can take in the workflow that users might experience. And that's a puzzle that I'm really excited about putting together, and it scratches the artist in me. It scratches that itch as far as developing a wireframe. After that, it was really about finding a company or individual that could develop this software, do the coding for me. He definitely recommended finding somebody on an hourly fee versus a flat fee. With an hourly rate, you can set that up front and then use a sprint-based method, so 2-week sprint and then a demo of working software. But Sprint and Scrum at an hourly rate is really what we're looking for, unless we get the seed capital or pre-seed capital that we're looking for and hire somebody that would be just a benefit to the organization as being a founder, co-founder, or member of the organization. So that's the basics of the conversation with CJ. So sorry I had to look at my notes over here while I went through that. But I will give you an update on everything else that I've done so far. So you have to remember that this idea started on the 6th of February, so just over 2 weeks ago. So I've got the website up, the pitch deck done. I went through Denver Angels website for their brief that they suggest that you submit to then gain access to investors or Denver Angel investors. So I looked at all the things that they require, and that was the basis of what I would then develop to be able to have my minimal viable product to get the wheels turning. So with that, I got the Crunchbase page up. I have the website up. I have the pitch deck done. I've got the Twitter, LinkedIn, all of the platforms covered. And then it also allowed me to think through different things and used ChatGPT along the way, along with conversations with folks like CJ. to get the ball rolling on all of these. I finished that today. I had built my original pitch deck just for the me to we testing, which I started with CJ and then used Canva Pro to change it from a mobile optimized to just a web-based optimized SVG file, which I then uploaded to kylevines.com/cedar veil if you want to check it out. After that, I did complete the Denver Angels brief and submitted that. So that was submitted earlier today, and I've actually already gotten an email back from them, and we'll be confirming this meeting request with a gentleman who is the CEO of a capital management group named Tom for next Wednesday at noon to discuss this pre-seed stage startup. So all that's very exciting. The other thing along with that, I have the interview for another company coming up next Monday. I've got to get cash in to support the family and not pull funds from this startup. So I'm closing out my other business and selling off assets. So that's one revenue stream. May have exhausted it already, but still pursuing. A day job would be very helpful, but I did have to take a step back from what I'm doing with Cedar Vale and say, okay, how can I make money using the same philosophy and the passion that brought me to Cedar Vale? And that's where I arrived at one-on-one career coaching. I think that is a value that I can add just through conversation with folks that are going through something that I've already experienced and could use a helping hand or just an ear to bend and listen to what's going on. I find that whenever I describe the problem that I have to someone, I can happen across the resolution for that through just externalizing what's been rolling around in my mind. So that's kind of the daily for today. Busy day with the wife and kids, hitting on all cylinders like every day. Tough one with the boy going to bed tonight, which is why this is a later recording, almost 9 o'clock now, and I am Mountain Time here. But that is the daily. So keep up. See you next time.